Today, we are going fossil hunting. Hello, and welcome to the Field Museum here in Chicago, Illinois. Behind me is something that many Pokemon fans have been wanting for a very long time. For the first time outside of Japan is the Pokémon Fossil Museum. It was announced sometime last year that it was going to be touring in America for the first time outside of Japan, and I have been waiting for this for a very long time. Now I'm here on the day when it's members only, so only certain people can go into the museum, but I'm pretty sure by the time of this video, there'll be so many clips, news reports, or anything regarding this museum. But this one is gonna have something that I'm pretty sure none of them even have. Shiny Pokemon.
Shiny Pokemon have been a staple in the Pokemon community for years, and I wanted to make a contribution to it. So starting on January 1st, 2026, I started a challenge to find all 25 Shiny Fossil Pokemon in preparation for this event, and I was able to do it. So here's a look around the Pokemon Fossil Museum and all of the Shinies I found leading up to it.
And right off the bat, we are welcomed in by Aerodactyl and Excavator Pikachu. This is a really cool model.
At the time of recording this, the only way I was able to get Shiny Aerodactyl was through fossil revives, since I didn't have the DLC completed at the time. And unfortunately, I missed it upon this revival, but I was still able to get it.
And right over here, we have a live model of the old Amber for which you can find a fossilized Aerodactyl. It doesn't look like there's anything inside this one, but it is really, really cool to see.
The next part of the exhibit was actually in between the Aerodactyl statue and the old Amber, but next show is showing off a bit of Arkin and Archeops. The best way to get shiny Arkin and Archeops in the modern games is through the Masuda method in Sword and Shield. Arkin has a few wild encounters in the Crown Tundra, but Archeops doesn't spawn at all, so this is really the best way to get it. Also, I can't be the only one who thinks that Archeops looks completely unrecognizable without its iconic feathers. Is that just me? Also, shortly after finding that second Arkin, I ended up getting a third one. So if anyone needs a shiny Arkin in Sword and Shield, I have an extra one.
There's memes and jokes to be made right about now, but this is not actually the time.
I was going to try to do wild encounters for Shiny Ammonite, but for reasons I'll explain later, I learned that the Masuda method was a lot quicker for a lot of these fossils. Now to get Shiny Omastar, I decided to try something a little bit different. You see, I knew there was a static encounter Omastar in the middle of a cave in the Crown Tundra, so I thought I would try the soft reset method for it. And after a lot of resets, I finally managed to get it. Also, one other thing to point out. Instead of saying Omastar like we normally do, they wanted to say it as
Omastar? That's not how it's said.
Now before thinking too much about that, we turn right around and it's our next fossil, Tirtuga and Caracosta. Now for the display they only have a Tirtuga, but I feel like that's all that they really needed for it. It's still really, really cute. I also like that they have this mirror to showcase what's underneath the shell. That was a really nice touch. And also like the giant real life example right next to it. Getting the shiny for these two was actually a really funny story, because I did all of these eggs for my first shiny Tirtuga, and then immediately 2 eggs later, I get another shiny Tirtuga while I still had a full box to hatch. So I can honestly say that this is my second best Masuda hunt for a shiny Pokemon. The quickest one I will talk about another time. The next Pokemon to show up in the museum is a rather interesting case.
While technically not a fossil Pokemon, Relicanth is still here because of its ties to the ancient world, and in many Pokedex entries it's actually known as a living fossil. So it's appropriate to be here.
In the modern games, the best way to get shiny Relicanth outside of wild encounters are in Dynamax adventures for Sword and Shield. Or if you wanted to go back to X or Y, you can get it through the chain method. And that's exactly what I did. I did get a shiny Relicanth from Dynamax adventures in the past, but another person told me that chain fishing in X and Y would be a lot quicker.
Fish.
Now before moving on to the next fossil, there's another thing I want to bring up. If you look at the promotional poster for the Fossil Museum, it shows Excavator Pikachu surrounded by all the fossil Pokemon, as well as 3 others that have ties to the ancient world. Those ones being Relicanth, Yanmega, and Mamoswine. Along with catching that Relicanth I showed a little bit ago, I also caught a shiny Yanma to evolve into a shiny Yanmega, and also came across the Shalfa Mamoswine in the Alabaster Islands. Now with these 3 caught, I will have officially caught every Pokemon on the promotional poster.
Now these 2 are my favorite Generation 3 fossils, Anorith and Armaldo. And one thing I really like about this is the crystal clear eyes that are used for this one. That's actually a really cool attention to detail.
Now getting these 2 went a bit differently than I wanted. For Anorith it was pretty simple using the Masuda method, while also getting the rare square animation in the process. But getting Armaldo went a bit differently than I wanted it to. Now, on certain weather conditions, there is a static Armaldo in the Crown Tundra by Dynatree Hill. You can also get one from the Dynamax adventures, but since I've already gotten enough of those from that method, I wanted to try the soft reset method like I did for Omastar and another Pokemon that I'll bring up a little bit later, but they ended up taking a lot longer than I wanted them to. So just to save myself some time, I went back to the Masuda method and got another shiny Anorith to evolve into our Armaldo.
And now we're talking. Now we're talking best fossil in Generation 1. Here we have a model of Kabuto with the really sick glowing eyes, and a model of Kabutops. Hey guys.
Yes, you are reading that correctly. It took that many encounters and that many eggs just to get one shiny Kabuto. I had started this hunt on January 1st and did not find it until March 28th, having to deal with a whole bunch of out of nowhere Magikarp and stupid Basculin in the process. Only just to not get a shiny Kabuto in any of the encounters. So M&J TV, if you are watching this, I know your pain. Thankfully, Kabutops was a little bit easier to get this time around, as I did the same method that I used for Omastar, using the soft reset method in the same cave, just in a different game.
And this is the one that I have been waiting for. This is the best fossil ever created. First, we start off with a little Tyrant.
At this point of the game, I didn't need to do any fossil revives for Tyrant or Amora or any of their evolutions. I was just able to go into hyperspace and shiny hunt for them that way, which is what I did here and for the Amora line, which I'll get to later.
And right behind it is the big boy himself. My favorite fossil Pokemon, my favorite dragon type Pokemon, and my all-time favorite Pokemon, Tyrantrum. Look at this beauty. I never thought I would ever see a life-size model of my favorite Pokemon in my life. This is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. And right next to it is a replica of Sue's head, as shown upstairs, which we'll be getting to in a bit.
Now that we've seen both Archeops and Tyrantrum, there's something very important to discuss right about now. There's a reason why these two are on all the promotion and all the merchandise for the exhibit alongside Excavator Pikachu. These two are the Pokemon equivalents of two exhibits found here at the Field Museum. There's Sue, the T-Rex, who has been the museum's mascot and most known attraction since 1997, and the Chicago Archaeopteryx, who has been on public display since 2024. Both of these fossils made these two Pokemon the cover for the current display of the exhibition. It makes me wonder if something similar will happen if it goes anywhere else on display. Who knows? It would be interesting to see. And now we go to the next room over, where we go from my favorite fossil to one where I questioned why it was a fossil for many years. Lileep and Cradilly. Currently only Lileep is on display at this museum. Before going on, I need to quote some famous shiny hunting Poketubers for a second.
No sleep till the leap. No sleep till the leap.
No sleep till the leap. No sleep till the leap.
No sleep till the leap!
No sleep till the leap.
No sleep till the leap.
In case if it wasn't obvious, I would watch that video a lot while I was looking for both Anorith and Lileep for this video.
This one is so pretty. And that's not even the best part of this.
As I mentioned earlier, I didn't need to revive any more fossils to find shiny Amora. I could just go into an ice-type hyperspace zone, and that's right there. Took me a few tries for this particular one, but it was still very easy to get. I know fossilized sails aren't a thing, especially for a Pokemon like Aurorus, but that still doesn't take away from its charm. And like I said, the design of the Pokemon wasn't even the best part.
The background is a Borealis, localized entirely within this museum.
And now with these two, the Tyrantrum line and Aerodactyl caught, I've successfully caught all fossil Pokemon available in Legends EA. But there's still a lot more to find. As we come across the last two rooms of the exhibition, we come across the first of the last Pokemon to be shown. Bastiodon. The fact it had little holes where the eyes are normally supposed to go, that doesn't take away from the fact that this is very impressive to look at. Now, unfortunately, unlike the other shinies found in this video, I was not able to record the moment when Shiny Shieldon and Bastiodon appeared. In the case of this Shieldon right here, I did use the Masuda method for it, but the problem is, it looks so similar to the original that I just missed it when it hatched. The only reason I was able to know that it was shiny was when I discovered it in Pokemon Home. For the other one, I ended up catching it inside of a Terra raid and didn't know it was shiny until it was caught. The surprising part is that it was a legitimate raid too. I was honestly shocked when I found out that it was an actual raid and not one set up by a website or anything in that nature. Regardless, both Shiny Shieldon and Bastiodon were able to be found, and that is the most important thing.
And now we come to a Pokemon that is the only pure rock-type fossil Pokemon, Cranidos and Rampardos. Whether it's because of the fossil restoration or not, it is the only fossil Pokemon to remain pure rock-type. Whether it was before or not is unknown.
Now, unlike everybody else, Cranidos and Rampardos were the only ones I was able to find as wild regular encounters, thanks to Scarlet and Violet being so easy to find them. It's honestly kind of funny how the last Pokemon found in the exhibition is also the very first shiny that I was able to find for this challenge. Now, once you reach the end of the exhibition, you receive a voucher from one of the workers over there to walk across the hall to the exhibition store. Now, at this store, everybody is given a limit of 5 items per person, which I honestly think is a good thing. And also, there are some items where they're limited to 1 item per person. There are a few items here that have sold out extremely quickly and unsure if they're going to be restocked again. But there are a bunch of other things for everybody, and the selection is quite impressive, with a few exceptions. During my first visit, I managed to get myself a plush of the Excavator Pikachu, as well as the model of a skeleton of Tyrantrum. both of which are limited to 1 per customer. I went again about a week later and got myself the notebook, the pin, and this collection of postcards, all showcasing different things regarding the promotion for it, the symbol, and a few pictures of the different Pokemon. The final thing I got was the promotional t-shirt for it, which I missed out on the other times I went. Many other interesting items can be found on the Pokemon Center website, while supplies last, of course.
And just like that, our visit to the Pokémon Fossil Museum is complete. Now, I'm sure some of you might have noticed that there are some fossil Pokemon that weren't shown in the museum. And you'd be right. So now, here's a small montage of some of the Pokemon that I did find as shinies, but were not in the museum. Enjoy.
And now I present to you the bane of all fossil Pokemon hunters, the Galarian fossils. Yeah, I didn't feel too proud about getting shiny Dracozolt this way, but the opportunity was there, and I was on a deadline. Fortunately, with the other 3, I did the traditional way of reviving them all from fossils, combining 2 of them to create the abominations that we all know, which I knew was going to be the hardest part of this challenge, so I hopped on Arctozolt very early, took a break for a little bit to hunt all the others, and then came back to it and found it very quickly. My biggest shock was actually finding Dracovish way quicker than I was supposed to. Now, Arctovish ended up being the one that took the longest out of any of these fossils to find. But fortunately, the night before the museum opened up, I saw a sight that made me feel so much better. It was there, and my challenge was complete. After 5.5 months, I had managed to find all 25 shiny fossil Pokemon in time for the museum to open up. On the day of the official opening, Pokemon Go announced that throughout the Fossil Museum stay in Chicago, fossil Pokemon will be appearing throughout more in the vicinity. Not only that, local raids will have a chance to battle Mega Aerodactyl and Excavator Pikachu. I battled and caught as many as I could because unlike Mega Aerodactyl, the Excavator Pikachu raids do not respawn. So I kept a couple just in case of anyone that I know that placed wanted one. I even managed to catch a shiny one. So now with Excavator Pikachu caught as a shiny, I can officially say that I've caught every single Pokemon that could be found on the promotional poster. The Pokémon Fossil Museum was a truly wonderful sight for any fan to see once in their lives. So if you come across an opportunity to visit, take it. You will not be disappointed. I promise you that. There's currently no information about it visiting any other museum across America, but whatever the future holds for the Pokémon Fossil Museum, it will be amazing. Now, as for finding all of the shiny fossils, I am so happy to say that this challenge has been officially completed. All those methods, all of that time, all of those eggs, and all those resets. At this point, all I can say is, it was worth it. However, it'll be a while before I take on another huge challenge like this again. I would also like to make a quick shout out to the Field Museum for hosting this once-in-a-lifetime event. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.
Adventures right around the bend, and the world's got wonders to spare. Prehistoric lore to restore and befriend. So get out there, go if you dare. If you dig enough, you'll see there is power all that time. Wondrous and thunderous creatures to breed. Hit the road and give us